Hello, and welcome back to Black Girl Diamonds. My name is Emily, and I love to diamond paint. Thank you so much for being here. In today's video, I'm actually going to be doing my mid-year check-in through June. So I'm going to talk about all of my completions so far for the year of 2026. The other thing I'm going to talk about is my 25 and 26 challenge. So let's go ahead and get started right away. So I have my ridiculously big notebook here. This is going to be my new diamond art log book, as well as probably I'll put some stuff about books in here because I'm getting back into reading again. But I wanted to go ahead and just let everyone know where I am so far for the year that is 2026. Now, at the beginning of the year, I actually tasked myself with my usual goal. So I have 2 goals going into the year. Well, actually 3, okay? My first goal is a stretch goal. It's to complete 25 kits. This is a goal that I started in 2024. In both years from my previous video, I wasn't able to make it. That's okay though. But my goal is always to do 25 kits. That's like my stretch goal. My realistic goal is 12. Okay. So, this year I decided to go ahead and pre-select 25 kits, to choose from. And I actually have a wheel, where I kind of spin if I don't really know what it is that I want to do, from those 25 that I've selected. Now, have I selected and worked on 25 and 26 kits? Yes. And we'll get into that here in a minute. But I do want to just kind of tell you guys and show you guys. I'll pop a picture up of the kits that are on my 25 and 26. I will tell you, I have completed 7 of these, so I'm very excited about that. So the first one is A Cup of Sunshine by Geneva Bowers. Then we have Artist Bedroom by Miss Butter D. Black Girl Magic by Raw Sushi. Butterfly Beauty by Raw Sushi. Colors of the Bayou by Teresa Donahue McManus. Expecto Patronum, which is a Warner Brothers Harry Potter kit. Familiar Magic by Chrissa Bug. Flying Friends, another Warner Brothers Harry Potter. Goddess of Water by Roy Tren. Lady Moth by Sarah Richter. Magic Roses by Genovia Art. Mama Knows Best by Mandy Manzano. Mini Dazzles 90s by Diamond Art Club. Mini Dazzles Roller Skates by Diamond Art Club. Mocha Bay by Raw Sushi. Partners in Crime, which is a Warner Brothers Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Batman, DC Comics artwork from Diamond Art Club. Ravenclaw Crest, which is another Warner Brothers Harry Potter. Slow Night by Erica the Goober. Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Maria Abegali. Otter Spirit by Jamaica Murphy. Stella by Geneva Bowers. Sunflower by Erica the Goober. Twilight Rose by Hannah Lynn. Wakanda Forever by Marvel and Black Panther. And Night Flight, Warner Brothers Harry Potter. So all of those kits are also from Diamond Art Club. Now, of those, I've completed 7. And I'm going to go over those ones first, just to kind of tell you guys, the kit, what it looks like, because I'll pop that up on the screen. I don't feel like pulling all of my kits out. I'm sorry, guys. But I take pictures of all of my kits, so I will go ahead and just pop them up on the screen. The time frame it took me to do them, and then how long it took me to do them. So the first one from my 25 and 26 challenge is Otter Spirit by Jamaica Murphy. That was a 31 by 22 square kit that had 70,784 diamonds and 62 colors. I started that one on January 1st, and I finished it on February 9th. That one took me 47 hours and 5 minutes. That is also the largest kit that I've done so far this year, and I loved it. Oh my God, I love that kit. There was a lot of black, obviously, but I will say that between 310 and what's the color? Because that's right next to me. 823 and 939, I think were the colors that were the most in there. It wasn't that bad. But I love otters. And again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If it's a black girl, I'm buying it. So I saw that one and I was like, oh, cool. Sounds good. A water nymph and an otter. Yeah, that I have to have that. So that was a really fun one. I absolutely love that kit. The second one from my list is Stella by Geneva Bowers. That is a 22 by 29 square with 66,304 diamonds and 52 colors. I started that one on February 20th and I finished it on March 11th. That one took me 30 hours and 30 minutes. I will tell you right now, my favorite part of that kit was the hair. There were so many different elements and colors in the hair. I also really loved all of the yellow ABs that was in that one as well. And I couldn't get enough of working on that kit. So that is the second one on that list. The third and 3 and 4, I actually did for Mini DP Madness. I will tell you guys right now, when it comes to doing like these events and things like that, I pick and choose which ones I want to do. And then also, I usually don't enter the drawings or anything like that. I have enough. I don't need anything else. So for Mini DP Madness, I did Roller Skates by Diamond Art Club. That was square, 3,555 diamonds with 18 colors. I did that in one day. So that one took me about 2 hours to do. What I like to do for those kits is I like to kind of like time trial myself. So what I do is I will figure out how long it takes me to do them individually, and then I'll just add up the time. So the time averaged out to about 2 hours. The next one that I did was Mini Dazzle's 90s. So that was 4,629 diamonds, 25 colors. And I did that one on March 23rd. That took 2 hours and 24 minutes. I think the reason why that one took a little bit longer than the roller skates is because, of course, like some of the canvases had a lot of color changes. So like the cell phone had a lot of color changes. But like the easiest one for me to do actually was the PC, which I thought was kind of different, but it was super cute. The next one is Night Flight by Warner Brothers and Harry Potter. That was a 15 by 13 square, 20,064 diamonds, 17 colors. I started that on March 23rd and I finished it on March 28th. Took me 7 hours and 18 minutes. Honestly, like I wasn't ready to jump into another big canvas from doing those mini ones. So I wanted to like ease myself into it, which was perfect because the next canvas that I did was actually big, but I'll get to that one in a minute. The next one that I did was Artist Bedroom by Miss Butter D. This was one of 2 Miss Butter D's that I had and that I'd completed. I actually don't have any more Miss Butter D's. I would get another one, but y'all, when I tell you, y'all be in the trenches fighting for the Miss Butter D's, bro. So I've got a couple on my wish list. I'll get another one at some point. I'm not worried about it. But that one was a 17 by 21 round, 28,576 colors. No, wrong. 28,576 diamonds, 46 colors. I started that one on April 12th and I finished it on May 8th. That took 18 hours and 6 minutes. Rounds don't take me long. Usually with my rounds too, what I find, and I have it right here, placing rounds with a thin placer, top tier when you're multi-placing. So I multi-place, the biggest one I use is a 9. So that actually made it pretty good. But I really like that kit. There was like no 310 in that one either. But again, that was kind of like my first one. That was my second room scene that I've ever done. And so all of the different elements, like I remember I was working on the bottom corner and all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, there's Kirby. So I thought that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that kit. And then the last one that I did from my 25 and 26 challenge is Partners in Crime by Warner Brothers and Batman and DC Comics and all of that. That was a 20 by 30 square, 62,220 diamonds, 67 colors. I started that one on May 18th and I finished it on June 20th. That took 38 hours and 35 minutes. That was my Pride kit. I do a Pride kit every year. And what I really, really loved about this kit, first of all, is if you watch Harley Quinn, the cartoon on HBO Max, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy are in a relationship. That has been a long-standing storyline in DC Comics. And so I really love that it was brought to life, not only in that cartoon, but also in this painting. The painting was very confetti heavy. And I absolutely, oh my God, like I adored it. So I really, really enjoyed that kit. I think one of the reasons why too, I really liked doing the confetti in that one is because that kit had the perforated Diamond Art Club sheets on it. Like them little perforated 4x4 sections, those are perfect for me. So, you know, just to lay that down, like just to have that little square already done, that's just like the perfect size for me to go ahead and work on. I feel like I make a lot of progress. But yeah, that was like probably one of my favorites that I absolutely loved. One other thing about those before I go into the other canvases that I did finish for the month, the smallest kit that I also have done so far this year was roller skates. So obviously, because it's a mini dazzle, but it only had 3,555 diamonds. So that's how I count my largest and smallest kits, is by diamond count, by the way. Okay, so 7 done out of my 25 and 26. I'm actually working on number 8 because I am working on Wakanda Forever, which is my current whip, which I will go ahead and pop up here. I love this painting so much. Oh my God. Like, I know I probably should be doing this at the end, but I just want to talk about Wakanda Forever real quick. So as you guys know, I've already said, like, I'm a DC girly, but like Black Panther and that whole universe is incredible. And doing this painting has been amazing. And, like, I know when I finish this painting, I'm gonna want to watch Black Panther 1 and 2, and then just kind of like go back and read some of my comics that I've read over the years about Black Panther. And I just keep thinking about Chadwick Boseman. So yeah, I just, oh God, I love this kit. This one is most definitely, I know I said it like in my previous one, I'm gonna hang this one, I'm gonna hang this one. This one absolutely is getting hung. I already know the place that it's gonna go in my living room. I'm also gonna get the little pop figure, so that way I can put next to it, and then also a movie poster of Black Panther. So I already know like how I'm decorating this one, so I'm very excited for that. Okay, so let's go into my other finishes. So, and then I'll give you my total and all my specs at the end. So I actually did my first 2 crystal canvases this year. So the first one I did was this Grogu. It's a round crystal canvas. I did this one all in one sitting. It's a 6x6 canvas that I did on February 16th. It took me 2 hours and 25 minutes. Then I also did Spider-Man, another crystal round canvas. This one, it took me 2 days because I started it like super late at night and then I got tired and then I just finished it the next day. So this one I started on March 11th and finished it on March 12th. It took me 1 hour and 50 minutes. Now, these 2 canvases were actually really interesting because I actually got these like at a trade show just randomly. I know it's not licensed or anything like that, but when I moved, I actually lost them. And then I found them randomly. And so they've been in my closet. And again, after I had finished Otter Spirit, and while I was also working on Stella, I just wanted something small and snacky to work on. So I just worked on those. The next one that I did was Valentine Spaniel by Marilyn Kazave. This is a 13 by 13 round drill, 13,925 diamonds with 29 colors. I started this one on February 9th of this year, finished it on February 20th. It took me 12 hours and 25 minutes. This was my Valentine's Day kit. This is the only Valentine's Day one that I had. And I was like, let me just go ahead and knock this one out. So I did it and it was fun. It was cute. All of the pink, I thought would be like too much, but there were like a lot of different variations of pink, which I actually really liked in this kit. So it was great. The next one that I did was Terrific Tiana, which was a 20 by 24 square drill canvas, 49,776 diamonds, 36 colors. I started this one on April 1st and I finished it on April 9th. This one took me 20 hours and 6 minutes to do. So the reason why I wanted to do this one after Night Flight was because I wanted to kind of like gradually step up, but also too, I have never worked on a canvas with this many variations of green. And one of the things I really loved about this canvas was all of the fairy dust. So in the big like maroon fuchsia flower, that was all fairy dust diamonds. There were a few other parts in the kit where it was all fairy dust. The only problem that I had with this kit was that in those big color block sections, it was so gappy. If I were to pull it close, I'm not going to, but if I were to like really like show you guys a close up, you guys would see that there was just some ridiculous gapping. And in a way, I kind of wish that I would have checkerboarded that part. I'm gonna have to try that, but it's just like the idea of checkerboarding a big space in single placing kind of ruins my life and I don't want to do it. But I thought that this was really cute. And again, just working with the different variations of greens was a lot of fun. The next one that I finished was another Mini Dazzle kit. So this was Mini Dazzle Star Wars, and so this was a square kit. It had 12 designs, all 4x6. 14,400 diamonds, 29 colors. I started this on Star Wars Day, which is May 4th, and I finished it on May 7th. This took me 6 hours and 5 minutes. So this was another one that I did do my time trials on, and then I just added up the times. It was so much fun. My favorite one in this one is R2-D2. And then the Ewok was a lot of fun. And yeah, like I loved it. Like I watched, Empire. Oh God, what's it called? I think it's like Empire of the Stars or something, but it's like this 20-year-old documentary about Star Wars. And I ended up, Star Wars are like my comfort movie. So like when I don't know what to watch, I usually just put one of those on. The original 3, by the way. I like the other ones, but like the original 3 are like just like nostalgia. So yeah, so I worked on those ones. That was a lot of fun. I love that kit so much. I would love to own all of these Star Wars kits. But again, like there's a lot of them. And then like I also like want the Mandalorian and Grogu one too. So maybe that'll be something that I'll kind of like gradually purchase, but I do want to get my stash count down a bit before I do go ahead and start buying those and working on those kits. So 2 more. So the next 2 are not Diamond Art Clubs. The next one is from Heartful Diamonds. This one was a gift because I kind of strong-armed my best friend into giving it to me. Shout out to Ashley. So it was Stained Glass Ariel. This was a 20x20 square kit, 45,100 diamonds, 46 colors. I started this one on May 9th and I finished it on May 17th. This took 30 hours and 20 minutes. So here's the thing about this kit. I kitted this one up a year ago, but I was really afraid to do it because it was an acrylic square kit, not from Diamond Art Club. And Diamond Art Club uses resin drills. I was very, very apprehensive to do this kit. But once I started it, y'all, even though it was computer rendered and there were some parts that were so confetti, I had so much fun doing this kit. This was 5 out of 5 stars, no notes. It's gorgeous. And I absolutely adored this kit. Would do it again. 118% would do it again. And then the last kit I did was Camilla by Emanuela Minello. This is actually one from Orloa. This is the one and only Orloa kit I've ever done. This was a 20x30 with 54 colors. I don't have a diamond count on this one. It was a square kit. I started this kit on July 31st of 2025. And I finished it on June 23rd, 2026. This kit took 41 hours and 26 minutes to complete. This one was a struggle. I'm not even gonna lie. This kit was a struggle for a lot of reasons. Number one, this was my, I got bored with this kit right away because of how much confetti there was up at the top. there were, I mean, it was, because it's almost kind of like an ombre effect as you get closer to the mermaid, which Camilla is gorgeous, by the way. But the color changing, like I had to work oh my God, just, it was really, really hard. It was a really hard kit to do. I ended up stopping. It like sat on my living room table for months. I ended up rolling it up and putting it away. And then finally, after I finished Partners in Crime, I was like, I need to get this kit done because it's giving me anxiety that I haven't finished it. So I ended up taking, after Partners in Crime, I ended up taking 3 solid days and I just worked on it nonstop. And then the other thing, if you guys look around her eyes, like, oh my God, like if you look at the original artwork versus the final render, there's supposed to be kind of like a light blush or like a little bit of like a blush under her eyes. When I put the color in though, you guys, it looked like she had 2 black eyes. And I was like, I cannot. So I ended up ripping out all of that color and putting in more of just like her regular like skin tone in. And to me, it still don't look right. But I was like, I'm not pulling up any more diamonds. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get another Orloa kit. Maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe I just need to get a different style and not get like a portrait. Maybe I need to get like a landscape or something. If I do, great. If not, I'm not gonna like worry about it. So there's that. Okay, so those were all the ones that I've done this year. So from my 25 and 26 list, and then also for just what I've done so far this year since January 1. Totals. I've completed 14 kits this year. I am more than halfway to my goal of 25, and I will not stop until I hit 25, basically. Out of that, I've done 3 round kits and 11 square kits. I have placed, to my knowledge, because I am missing the numbers for Camilla, at least an estimate. Actually, no. So if I were to estimate for Camilla, I'd probably say like another 62,000, but I'm not going to add that in right now. But without adding in Camilla's diamond count, I have done 439,333 diamonds. That's how many diamonds that I have placed. And I have the total amount of time that I have done diamond painting this year, 260 hours and 35 minutes. So over the first half of the year, I have diamond painted for 11 days. I love that. Especially considering the fact that like I actually went through some health stuff from March to April. And diamond painting was just really hard for me just because I was in a lot of pain. But I still managed to finish some diamond paintings, which is great. My least favorite kit from this year, Camilla. I'm sorry. Not a fan. She's really pretty, but just my least favorite. My favorite kit so far this year, Stella. Loved Stella. Stella was so much fun. So with that being said, what are my plans for the rest of 2026? Plans for the rest of 2026 are pretty easy. I need to finish another... My dog he's dreaming. It's actually kind of cute. I need to get to 25 kits. So I need to finish 11 more. I need to finish 11 more kits. I mean, I've got a great list here of my 20, 25, and 26 that I could finish. I have some massive ones on here that I kind of want to start working on. But then again, like, I wouldn't mind finishing out my Harry Potter series. So I have Flying Friends, Expecto Patronum on here that I could work on. I also have Schoolmates and Scarves. So those are like my last 3 Harry Potter kits that I could knock out. They're relatively small, 1 round, 2 squares. I already do know that Familiar Magic I will be doing for Drills and Chills. I've also been thinking about doing Mama Knows Best because it's dragons. I have not done Amanda Manzano this year, so doing Amanda Manzano, I would really love to do. But we'll see. All I know is I want to finish 11 more kits so I can hit 25, and this will be the first year that I have ever hit 25 kits. And then that would also mean that my overall stash count will go down as long as I don't buy anything, which I've been very good on buying, but I'll talk about buying in my stash video. So that's all that I have. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you've gotten to this point, leave me a purple heart in the comments and tell me, where are you at for your mid-year check-in? How many have you completed? What's been your favorite? What's been your least favorite? And how much time have you spent diamond painting this year? And what has that meant to you? I'd love to start having those conversations in the comments. Shout out to my 21 subscribers since I started this channel last week. I love all of y'all. Thank you so much for going on this going on this journey with me and Diamond Art. And I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.